Imagine you are one of our earliest ancestors, millions of years ago. Your world is a landscape of immense beauty, but also constant danger. Every single day is a struggle for survival. Your goal is simple: find food, avoid becoming food, and see the sun rise tomorrow. In this world, how you see is everything. We tend to think of our own vision, this brilliant, colorful world we experience, as the best it can be. We think of evolution as a straight line, an upgrade from a dull, primitive past to the high-definition vision we have now. And we've been taught that colorblindness is a flaw, a deficiency. But the real story of human vision is far more complex and exciting. What if the genes for what we call colorblindness weren't a mistake? What if, in that dangerous ancient world, seeing things differently was actually a secret superpower? Today, we journey back in time to uncover the truth. We'll learn that our vision is not the result of one simple upgrade, but a collection of different tools, each with its own unique strength. We'll discover how our ancestors saw the world and how their eyes gave them the strategies they needed to survive and ultimately to thrive. Let's travel back about 90 million years. Our distant mammalian ancestors were small, nocturnal creatures. They lived their lives in the dark, scurrying under the feet of dinosaurs. When you live by moonlight, vibrant color vision isn't very useful. So they had what scientists call dichromatic vision. Now, this doesn't mean they saw in black and white. It just means their eyes had two types of color receptors, or cones. For millions of years, this was perfectly fine. It was a visual system perfectly adapted to a life lived in the shadows. But this simpler, more ancient way of seeing had an incredible, hidden advantage that has only recently been understood. An advantage that was life-saving. That advantage was the ability to break camouflage. Imagine looking at a dense green jungle. If you have full color vision, your brain is busy processing thousands of shades of green, yellow, and brown. All of that color can be distracting. But for a dichromat, someone with that more ancient vision, the world is less about color and more about pattern, texture, and shape. Without the distraction of vibrant colors, their brains became exceptionally good at spotting things that didn't belong. The subtle outline of a predator hiding in the grass, the unique pattern of a snake coiled in the leaves. They could see the break in the pattern that a trichromat's brain might filter out. Several studies have confirmed this. When asked to find camouflaged objects, dichromatic individuals are often faster and more accurate. They are masters of seeing the unseen, and their advantages didn't stop there. These individuals often have superior vision in low light conditions. Think about the most dangerous times of day on the savannah, the dim light of dawn and dusk. This is when predators are most active. For an early human group, having a lookout with better night vision was a critical survival advantage. This is why the genes for dichromacy are still with us. They persist because they provided a specific, powerful advantage under certain conditions. The dichromat in an early human group wasn't a weaker member. They were a specialist. They were the designated camouflage breaker, the night watchman. Their different way of seeing made the entire group safer. So if this vision was so useful, why did things change? Why do most humans today see a richer spectrum of color? The answer lies in a single, crucial genetic event that happened between 23 and 30 million years ago. Our primate ancestors were living in a world of trees, and a random genetic mutation changed everything. Through a process called gene duplication, the gene responsible for seeing long wavelength light, The reddish part of the spectrum was copied and modified. Suddenly, our ancestors had a brand new tool in their visual toolkit, a third color cone. One for blue, one for green, and a new one for red. They had become trichromats. This leap to trichromacy opened up a world of color their ancestors could never have imagined, and the primary driver behind it was food. For the first time, our ancestors could easily spot ripe, red, and orange fruits against a massive background of green leaves. This was a game changer. Research shows this advantage is most powerful at long distances. An early human could now stand on a ridge, scan the vast landscape below, and efficiently spot a grove of fruit trees miles away. This meant they could plan their foraging routes, saving incredible amounts of time and energy, and reducing their exposure to predators on the ground. It was a massive competitive advantage. But the menu wasn't just limited to fruit. The ability to see reds and oranges also helped them identify another vital food source: young, nutritious leaves. The most tender and protein-rich new leaves on a plant often have a reddish or orange tint. Being able to spot these from afar provided essential nutrition, especially during times when fruit was scarce. This new vision wasn't just about getting a meal. It was about securing a more reliable, high-energy food supply. That extra energy is what fueled the growth of the larger, more complex brains that would come to define us as human. The ability to find food is one half of the survival equation. The other half is not becoming food yourself. While dichromats were masters of breaking camouflage, trichromats developed their own predator detection skills. Studies using taxidermied carnivores in natural settings found that trichromats were better and faster at spotting predators like cougars and ocelots against green foliage. But the most profound advantage of full-color vision was not about what our ancestors saw in the trees, but what they began to see in each other. Once trichromacy was established for finding food, evolution co-opted it for a new and perhaps even more important purpose: social communication. Our particular type of color vision is perfectly tuned to detect subtle changes in skin coloration, especially shifts in red tones. Think about what this means. A blush of embarrassment, the red flush of anger or arousal, the pale, sickly color of an illness, the healthy glow of a potential mate. Without a single word, our ancestors could now read each other's emotional states and health conditions. This visual, nonverbal language created a massive advantage. It enhanced empathy, allowed for instant threat assessment, and strengthened social bonds. A group that can communicate this effectively is a group that coordinates better during a hunt or when facing a threat. Survival is ultimately a team sport, and studies of modern primates prove how powerful this teamwork is. In primate groups that have a mix of trichromatic and dichromatic individuals, the entire group benefits. The trichromats are so good at finding food that everyone in the group, including the dichromats, has a higher body mass and spends more time eating fruit. The trichromats guide the group to food, and the dichromats provide an extra layer of security with their keen eye for camouflage. It's a perfect cooperative system. So the story of early human vision isn't a simple ladder of progress. It's a beautiful story of diversity and cooperation. It's a story of evolution keeping multiple tools in the toolkit, because you never know which one you'll need. The leap to trichromacy was a superpower, allowing us to find the vibrant, energy-rich foods that fueled our brains, and to read the subtle social cues that strengthened our communities. But the ancient genes for dichromacy, for what we call colorblindness, were their own kind of superpower. They gave our ancestors a critical edge in spotting hidden dangers and seeing clearly in the dim light of dawn and dusk. This incredible genetic diversity is still alive in us today. There are at least 85 different variations of the red detecting gene alone in modern humans. This shows that human color vision is still actively evolving. There is no single, perfect way to see the world. The fact that humanity survived and thrived is thanks to this flexibility. It's thanks to the ancestors who could spot the red fruit in the distant tree. And it's thanks to the ones who could spot the silent tiger hiding in the grass. Their different ways of seeing didn't compete. They complemented each other. And together, they created a visual system that was far more powerful than any single one could have been on its own. It's a profound reminder that sometimes our greatest strength lies in our differences. If you enjoyed this journey into our evolutionary past, please give this video a like. It really helps our channel. And to make sure you don't miss our next video, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.